Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison and I'm here to talk to you about Seint products, and basically this video is going to focus on what to do after you've received your color match. So if you have not gotten a color match video, you can certainly watch this video, but it may not totally make sense to you. Go back and watch the how to do a color match video if you think that you're interested in these products. That's really the first step in the process. If you have already done your color match, meaning you have filled out the form, you've sent me a picture of your beautiful face in some natural light, this is the video for you. I'm gonna go kind of top to bottom on what to expect from that color match when you receive it back from me and what it all means. What am I even talking about? If you're like me, you watched 100 videos before you got color matched and you could have named every single tool and product. Because I'm a Libra, I'm indecisive, and I had to watch a lot before I decided that this makeup was for me. If you are not cursed with indecision and you saw a few before and afters and you're like, love it, want it, I'm here for it, you may not know what all the terms mean, so we're going to start there. We're going to go through the process and we're just going to kind of hash it all out. So to quickly start, there are two main like definitions that you need to know. The first is compact. Compact refers to what actually holds the makeup. That's this, okay? This comes in all different sizes, from small, medium, there's even another medium size above this one that I don't have handy, to even larger. Like this is the one that holds all of my lip and cheeks because I'm obsessed and I have 1,000 of them. So you can see, and those are a little bit dirty, but anyway, you can see that this is one of the larger ones. The smallest size holds, actually the smallest size holds 2, and I don't even have one of those. But the next size up holds 4, 8, 10, 16, on and on we go. So in any case, that is a compact. When I refer to something as a tin, that is the individual tin, because it's metal on the back, we call it a tin, individual tin of makeup, okay? So for your main face of makeup, and I'm not going to go into a lot of technique on this video, guys, because I've got other videos with that in it, but for your main face, your main items are going to be typically 4 things. You could technically do a face with 3, but I always recommend 4. And here is what I 9.5 times out of 10 recommend. Main highlight. That's your main kind of foundation color, okay? Brightening highlight. This is helpful for people who want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Camouflage their under eye bags. A brightening highlight is going to go here under your eyes, down the center of your nose, here between your eyebrows, and here on your chin. That's going to brighten the center of your face to kind of call attention and camouflage the things that you don't want to be so obvious. Contour is your third item. Your contour is going to go around your forehead, under your cheekbones to help sculpt those out, and under your chin. If you've got some double chin issues, you're going to do some under your chin as well. It can also goes down the sides of your nose. The contour's main purpose is to frame your face, again, to pull the attention to the middle, and also to provide areas where you're going to kind of sculpt, okay? So that's your third item. So we've got a main highlight, a brightening highlight, a contour, and then a lip and cheek. And lip and cheek technically is your choice. I am always happy to give recommendations because I'm opinionated about things like that. And I'm indecisive, so I like more than one. So lip and cheek, though, ultimately is your choice. Some lip and cheeks do, if you like my high school shirt here, lip and cheeks also can be used for color correcting. So if there's something very specific that you want to color correct, and again, this is not going to get into a lot of technique, but this would be things like melasma, sunspots, blemishes, if you've got cystic acne or hormonal acne, if you have really severe under eye bags that you want addressed, often that will be camouflaged with only your brightening highlight alone, but sometimes we have to add in a secondary player for that. Lip and cheeks often are what will duplicate for that. So that's the other, kind of point of all of this with the lip and cheeks. If you have something really specific that you want color corrected, we can address that, okay? So that's basically it for your 4 main items. In addition to that, I may recommend an illuminator. Illuminator goes here and here. You can do it in the corner of your eyes, up top of your lip. That's just going to give a little extra glimmer glow to give you a little bit of shine. And sometimes I'll even recommend a bronzer. I may recommend, if you want eyeshadow recommendations, we can talk about all of that. Your 4 main items, though, are the ones that I've just gone over. Okay, so on your color match form, what I'm going to send back to you is a PDF. It's 2 pages. The first page has all of the choices that are specific to you. It's 2 columns. One is the makeup, the other is like tools and extra items. On the tools, I'll list our most popular brushes, and whatever coverage you like is probably going to be the best one for you. Again, this is your decision, but I am happy to weigh in. So while we're talking about tools, let's talk about some of them. I'm going to go over the really commonly used ones that I typically will recommend. And I usually list more than one, and then I let you decide what you think is best for you. So I'm going to talk right now lightest to heaviest as far as coverage is concerned. So our first one that I sometimes recommend is called the blend brush. It's real light and fluffy. This is going to give you the lightest application. This is a great makeup brush for blending, like if you have a real harsh contour and you want to blend it in, or even just for applying a light contour that you don't want to have to do a lot of blending on. Blend brush is where it's at. This is a great one for new makeup users, young chicks that don't have a lot of that don't need a ton of coverage. This is a good choice for that group. The second lightest one is our blush and bronzer brush. It's this guy right here. This is one that if you use this to apply your makeup, it's going to give you a light coverage, and then this big kind of kabuki end of it you can use to blend with. You can even blend with the side, whatever. Anyway, this is one that I use almost every single time I do my makeup. I use this primarily for blending. I usually apply my makeup with a more detailed brush and blend with this one. But if you're looking for one brush that will kind of do it all, this is probably the one that you're going to want to go with, okay? The other benefit to this one is that you can actually apply the makeup with your fingers, and I have a video about that. It's called, I don't remember what I titled the video, but it'll be something along the lines of war paint method, or it's also called, it's got a lot of names, I can't think of them now. Anyway, if you want to apply the makeup with your fingers and then just only blend, this is your brush, okay? Blush and bronzer brush. Moving into more medium coverage brushes, there are 2 that I may recommend. The first is the 3D Hack brush. This is really the most common or most popular starter brush. This is the one that in most of my early videos I'm using this brush. This end is designed to be used for your highlight. Remember, your highlight is like your foundation. It can go under your eye, it can go down here, it can do all of that. This end is meant to do your contour in a kind of not real thin line, you know, just kind of so you don't have to do a lot of blending afterwards, and you can blend with this brush as well. This is a really popular starter brush, the 3D brush, okay? The next one that I like is the detail brush. That's this guy right here. It looks like an actual paintbrush almost. So this one's great for medium coverage as well, and it's also very good for contour. You can dip in the side of this one like this and it'll make a very thin or detailed line. Also, your smaller end is great for your brightening highlight because you can get way up in here and do detail. I mean, it's called the detail brush. You can do more detailed application with this. You can also do the rest of your face with this by flattening the brush out and using it as a flat brush like this, okay? So that's a good one for medium coverage. A great combo of 2 brushes that work beautifully together are the detail brush and the blush and bronzer brush, okay? This is a great pairing, okay? So if you're looking for maybe more than one to do the job, these are 2 that are really good. One that I'm going to just do a quick shout out to is the powder brush. This is this guy. It's got this tapered end up here. Excellent for contour. This end down here is excellent for powder. So if you're somebody who's a little bit more oily and you want to set with a setting powder, this is an excellent brush for that, okay? You could do your whole face with this one as well, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. You sure could. So that's the powder brush. For a more heavy coverage of brush, the one I'm going to talk to you about is the buff brush. That's this guy right here. Mine is bent. Don't mind me. I'm rough on my tools, so they don't all come with that dip in it. Anyway, I should buy a new one so I can look better on these videos, but whatever, that's what it is. The buff brush is really good for a full coverage or like airbrushed type of look, okay? The smaller end is good for under here doing your brightening highlight, and then here, down here, down here. The bigger end is good for all the rest. This one is very good for mature skin. Mature skin, we call anything over 40 that has fine lines and wrinkles, because the bristles are so packed together, you can dot your makeup on instead of dragging it, so you're not dragging through those wrinkles, thus accentuating them. You're tapping into it, and that helps to blend. One thing that I should have brought here, but I don't have, it's upstairs in my bathroom, is we do sell a beauty blender or makeup sponge. We call it the Perfector sponge. That is also excellent for blending. So if that's a little bit less expensive. So if you're looking for something on the cheaper end, you can always start with that Perfector sponge and see how that works for you. Apply with your fingers, blend with the sponge, you're done, okay? That one is also excellent. And as we're talking about tools, I'm going to talk a little bit about our Stay Spray. This is what it used to look like. It's in a new container now, but the Stay Spray is excellent for setting your makeup. With cream-based makeups, you do need to set them, or else by the end of the day, they're going to be gone. So you need to set them with either a setting spray like this one or powder. We do have a powder called Vanilla Dust. That's this one that I showed you initially as the first 10. It's this guy here. And just to show you how that works with the powder brush, for instance, you would just dip in and just kind of tap it on wherever you're greasy or oily, or your T-zone, or if you just like a more matte makeup look, you can use this just like that, okay? But it needs to be set with something. What I use most commonly is our setting spray, and I'm going to tell you how I use this. I use it in 2 ways. When my face is fresh and I have just washed it, or I'm ready to put my makeup on, I do a light layer of the setting spray, almost as my primer. It helps to fill in any large pores and also helps to grip onto the makeup so it's not sliding on your face, okay? If you're somebody who is more oily, this is excellent to use as a primer because it helps to block that oil production a little bit, and it helps keep your makeup in place wherever it is. You want to shake it first, spray it on your face. You can blend it with your fingers to start before your makeup. Don't do this after your makeup, or else you'll kind of blend it off. But with a fresh face, you can blend it with your fingers. You can blend it with a big fluffy brush. You can do it with a Perfector sponge, whatever you choose. You can just let it air dry if you want to. At the end of your makeup application, like where I am right now, I'm going to shake this up. This is how I do it. Okay? You see it's kind of all over my face, and I just let it dry. The other way to do this, if you're somebody that's a little bit heavier handed and you want to lighten your makeup up a little bit at the end, is to spray that directly onto a wet and then wrung out Perfector sponge, spray it onto that and use it and dab it on your face. That's going to help to set your makeup and take off any excess, okay? So that's a little bit about our tools. One last tool that I do recommend actually before we get off of that is our Houdini, which is our brush cleanser. So you spray it on your brush or onto a cloth. You can use a paper towel if you want to. I've done a microfiber. I've just cleaned all of my brushes so that they were nice and clean to show you guys. It dries instantly. It sanitizes your brushes at the same time, and they're instantly dry and ready for use. So I've done my brushes. The last time I cleaned them was maybe a week ago. Look at that. It is absolutely insane what that gets off of your brushes. So dirty brushes lead to breakouts. So just keep that in mind. That's an excellent, excellent tool if you're looking for a brush cleaner. My dog has just come to join us. Oh. What are you guys coming to see? What are y'all doing? Oh my God, she's pushing me forward. Okay, all right. Anyway, that's a note about the tools. Also a note about the tins and the compacts. We've talked about all of that. The one thing I wanted to mention is with the purchase of tins, so the actual makeup, with the purchase of those tins, you're going to start earning money towards a compact credit. And what that means is it will take money off of the purchase of a compact at the end. So for instance, if you spend, I think it's $55, you get, I wish I had this written down. Shoot, I'm so sorry, guys. Maybe $5 off or $10 off. Anyway, as you bump up in how many tins you buy, you get more and more money off. But with that compact credit, you basically can take that off the top of the price of any compact of your choice. So if you wanted to buy 4 tins, but you wanted to buy this great big compact because you just know you're going to want more, you can. You'll just end up paying the difference from what you earn on your compact credit versus the cost of this compact. But if you wanted to buy this little compact just to fit your 410s, I think you end up paying $5 for this. And it fits everything. When you run out of one, this is the great thing about this, it keeps your makeup organized. When you run out of your tin, let's say I use this one faster than I use these, I simply buy one tin, throw this away, and replace it with my new tin. So your compact, you don't ever have to buy again if you still fit into it. If you buy one that you fit into from the beginning, that's the way to do it. But anyway, you don't ever have to throw this whole thing away. You just replace what you've used with a new one, okay? So I do have a section on this video about frequently asked questions, or on my channel about frequently asked questions. That's gonna go over all of the like shipping information, stuff like that. Hint, hint, it's always free with no minimum purchase. It also goes over our return policy, which is that you can return it for up to 30 days free of charge, swap it out for a different color within 60 days. So if I, as your artist, get your colors wrong and you think you want something else, you can send it back, get another one shipped out to you for free, as long as it's within 60 days. The only thing I will say about that is that you do have to pay the shipping on it to send back, which I just found out the other day. I had never looked into that, and I just realized that. I have never had anybody need to do that. I've never had anybody do a return. But if you need to do that, that's an option. So I do advise that you kind of watch that frequently asked questions video as well, so that you know a little bit more about all this. So now we know kind of what everything does. How do you shop? So there are two options for this. In your color match form, I ask you, do you want me to set up an account for you and set up a cart? If you answer yes, I will do that with all of my recommendations for you, including a lip and cheek recommendation. And all you have to do is check out. You can kick anything out of the cart, you can add anything into the cart, you can change it 100 times if you want to before you purchase. You don't even have to purchase, it's totally not obligatory. But that is an offer that is an option that I offer because I think it can get overwhelming to do this all yourself the first time. So if you want me to do that, I will. The second option, if you don't want me to set up a cart for you, and that's totally fine, is I'll send you a link to shop with. You simply click on that link, that'll take you to my page, and then you go to the top right corner, log in, sign in, something like that, and you're gonna create your account from there. It should automatically log me as your artist, which means that you'll shop under my name, or out of my group or whatever. Oh, I think I just got an Amazon package. I think that's why my dogs just came through here. Anyway, it should automatically sign me up as your artist if you create your group under the link that I send you, or you create your, account under the link that I send you. So, and then just whatever options I've given you, you just add them to your cart yourself. What else? What else can I tell you? I think that's mostly it. Page 2 of the PDF that I send you with your color match kind of goes through some of what I've just told you, but this is for my more auditory learners or whatever, to just kind of go through all of this for you. And I did just give a little bit more information as well. So that is basically the gist, and let me know what questions you have, okay? If you, like I said, have not been color matched, go back to the color match video and watch that first so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.